Welcome everybody to the third episode of the Collector Cast. I'm here with Mike. We are back after a week off, but we're going to be going into a lot of personal stuff, I would say, today, and interesting stuff that's been going on in the Pokemon world. A lot of stuff has happened since we've been off for the past week. We had the release of Black Bolt and White Flare, and we've also had interesting price booms across, well, multiple generations, which we'll get into today. But how have you been? How you been?
Yeah, good. Been a busy week. Had Oxford card show last weekend was kind of crazy. I was a little bit worried it'd be a bit slow, but we did lots of big deals, so kind of booming. How's your week been?
Pretty busy. A lot of like personal life stuff. Picked up a recent collection from a friend. He's quitting the hobby. He's moving. Well, I say moving. He's traveling to Australia for a few years. So he's like, I need as much money as I can get. He kind of was in the deep end during the Sword and Shield era. I would say the Golden Age, around the Evolving Skies time. But yeah, a lot of Sword and Shield stuff, Hidden Fate stuff like that. I've got a video coming out soon, which I'll go through everything I bought from him and show everybody. But yeah, so I went and picked that up last weekend. That was good fun. I only managed to get through it all like today. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I picked up. Opened up a little bit of Black Bolt and White Flare. Not a huge amount. Got kind of lucky with the Zekrom, the SIR, which was quite nice from Black Bolt.
Kept that one quiet.
Yeah.
Oh no, you posted it on the Discord,
I put it on the Discord, yeah. I got it in my very first mini tin. I was like, just the absolute luck. But I tell you what's really weird. So I've opened up maybe 10 packs of each, like of each set, right?
Okay.
And I've pulled 2 lots of the same illustration rare from the same set. So I've pulled 2 of the same illustration rares from White Flare twice. So it's like, I can't remember which one it was. Okay. So basically I got one illustration rare twice and another illustration rare twice in 10 packs. I was like, there's so many illustration rares in this set. The odds of that happening
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, so I'm like, is this like a batching problem? Like, what the hell's going on here? So yeah, it was...
so I know with Destin Rivals there was batching problems. In Destin Rivals there were definitely batching problems, but I don't think I've seen that in White Flare. I think I've opened... I got lucky, I got the mini tin drops from Amazon the day of release, and they were delivered that evening, which is kind of wild. Then I got... Oh, and then I also opened my Pokemon Center ETBs because I'm a degen.
Yeah.
And I don't really have any love for black and white sets. So
no.
I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to crack some packs. I want to try and hire the new set. Maybe open an expensive SAR and just get it moved opening weekend. And that didn't go as planned. I did open an SAR, and it's still sat in a box.
Did you not sell it?
So no, I forgot to take it with me to Oxford.
Oh no. Yeah, like now the price is tanking. I don't even know what the price
I think it was I think it was like 90 quid on release. I can't remember what it was. And now it's sitting around like 70. So it's still it's fine. Like whatever.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's still more than I paid for it cut that, and the illustration rares I opened paid for the ETBs. So I'm happy. And I got the promos, which are already on their way to PSA.
Nice.
You can't really argue.
No.
Pokemon Center promos are always good ones. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know if the values are up for them at the moment, but I think...
No, but I'm thinking more like future.
Yeah, I honestly think any Pokemon Center promo down the line in the future, like go forward like 5-10 years, I think they're going to do very well. I think they're going to, even like the more somewhat like, I say common ones, but the lower value ones, I think are going to be good as well.
Some of the really strange ones have started moving up as well now. Is it Iron Bundle?
Iron Thorns.
Yeah, Iron Bundle. No, Iron Bundle has a Pokemon Center promo.
And
I thought this card was pretty much like worth nothing.
Oh,
and then I saw the other day that it's like 400 and something pounds in a 10. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Wow.
Brilliant. Let's send that one off to PSA then. I think I got it traded in to me at a show. And I really like Delibird. And I was like, oh, it's
that
like
a
slightly different Delibird.
The Iron Thorns, which is the Tyranitar, is more. I mean, that one is pretty...
In a PSA it is.
Pricey.
In an Ace, it's not much.
The one I do like is the Paldea Evolved one. With Pikachu and the starters. That one I really do like.
Yeah.
That one, according to this, over in the US anyway, it's nearly $1,000 in a 10.
There's been a recent buyout on Paldea Evolved ETB, Pokemon Center ETBs in the UK. I think last checking, the cheapest listed was around £500, which obviously isn't going to sell for 500, but
I never got one.
Someone bought the rest of them, so
yeah, I never got one.
I don't have one either.
No, the only Pokemon Center ETB promos I was picking up, or promos or boxes I was picking up, was probably from, I'm gonna say, Temporal onwards. I had 151, but yeah, Temporal onwards, I would say was probably when I started picking them up. Because the beginner Scarlet Violet, no one cared. Like, no one cared.
No,
like,
and the problem is now
they sat there for ages.
You're not going to find a gradable copy just out in the wild unless you open a Pokemon Center ETB. Let's face it.
Yeah.
No vendor is going to sell you a gradable copy. You might get super, super lucky on eBay potentially.
Yeah.
I guess someone just decides they've had enough. They want to crack, I don't know, 151 packs, and they've got 4 Pokemon Center ETBs because you could reasonably have 4 back then.
Yeah.
At retail, and then sell the promo to recoup more than their initial investment on the box. Get to crack the packs as well. Maybe they don't care about grading, but it's very unlikely you're going to find one at a card that you can grade. So
true.
If you want them in a 10, you're kind of forced just to go buy them in 10s now because it's not worth cracking an ETB in the hopes that you find one in good condition. No. It's just not worth it.
No. Pokemon Center ETBs are by far the best, one of, if not the best, sealed investments, especially if you pick them up at the Pokemon Center price. They're incredible. It doesn't matter what set it is. Even if you went with the Sword and Shield ones, which never contained promos, they were very good. So the fact that these ones contain promos is incredible. And it looks like they're going to continue. They're continuing that trend anyway with the mega sets. They're going to have Pokemon Center, ETBs with promos. It's great. It's a great idea. They should keep it going. And you're probably going to see that when we go into the next gen as well. But I think they'll be just keep them sealed. I always say to people, just keep them sealed. They're worth a ton of money.
I struggle keeping stuff sealed though. I bought some packs off of one of your Discord members this week.
Okay.
Picked up a bunch of loose Sword and Shield boosters they'd opened in tins that they bought at retail. They had some Evolving Skies, like Chilling Rain, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars, and Chilling Rain. It was like a real hodgepodge mix. I really had to hold myself back. I picked up a bunch of Team Up boosters last weekend at the card show. Luckily, I'm not that degen. I paid £90 each for them.
That's a good
price.
Which
was around 7%. It was around 70% market. I did a big deal with another vendor where I took 6 of them, I think, and then I don't know, maybe it was 5 of them, and then a couple of big slabs as well. And then we worked out a deal, and I think we averaged around 70% on the entire deal, which I was amazed to the offer on. But obviously, if they paid retail for the boosters, apparently it came from their personal collection. Yeah. They cracked a box.
Yeah.
And these were the last 5 packs from the box. So, I mean, I guess it was free money for them, me dropping a bunch of cash.
Yeah, it's probably not got anything good in it, but you never know.
No, but I'm going to sell them as an art set. So it's a full art set and then an extra Snorlax Eevee.
Yeah, it's just a collection piece, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, people who buy them to put them on display, I don't think anyone's realistically cracking those packs if they get them from anyone that's raw.
Could you imagine, though? What if it had the Latias and Latios? Well, could you imagine? Just
sure. Do you want to gamble for £150?
Hey, I'm not. Because
I think that's what they're going for now. £150 a pack.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, you're the guy who loves to rip packs. Just do it.
So to stop myself from opening those packs, I did have some sealed Celebration stuff still, so I cracked that instead.
Celebrations is fun.
Which turns out was a great decision. So open Charizard, Umbreon.
I mean, Celebrations has good pull rates because it's such a small set.
And then a couple of those Pikachus as well, the fill-up Pikachus.
Yeah. They're like
and they're in good condition as well, so they're straight in my grading pile. Hopefully £700 a piece. That'll make up for it.
Black Bolt and White Flare. We'll touch on it. Means it's like obviously the new set that came out last week, and we didn't do an episode last week. Initial thoughts, but my thoughts after the sets come out, like, it is a fun set to open. Whether or not you like Gen 5 or whatever it is, you like the black and white era, or those particular Pokemon that are in the set or whatever, the hit rates are pretty decent from the Pokeballs, the Master Balls, and just the amount of illustration rares are in the set. It kind of does feel like Crown Zenith.
I was literally about to draw the same comparison.
Yeah, it is a lot like Crown Zenith, which is great because Crown Zenith was a fun set to open. It was the last set as well in Sword and Shield. But the overall value of both sets after release is going up. So both Black Bolt and White Flare...
Which is almost unheard of.
Yeah, so Black Bolt and White Flare, since the release of both the sets, so it's been out, what, a week and a bit? 2 weeks?
2 weeks? 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yeah, because we filmed an episode literally just before it released, so it's been out 2 weeks. Both sets have gained roughly around $300 to $400 in value overall since the release. Right? White Flare is still the most valuable one of cards that are in the set. And
is it though? Is it still with the Seismitoad doing stupid things?
Yeah.
Okay. That is surprising.
Yeah, so White Flare currently is set at $3,320. And Black Bolt is set at $3,125. So
oh wow, yeah.
White Flare, it's because of the Victini as well. The Victini in White Flare, I don't know why, but the Victini in White Flare is worth a lot more than the one in Black Bolt. And... That's
strange, because they should be worth the exact same amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll have the same hit rate.
Yeah, I know. But when I did like the evaluation and stuff and looking through these sets, there's more value in White Flare in the lower tier illustration res. So there's a lot more cards that are above that $10, $20 range than there is in Black Bolt. So yes, Black Bolt does have more higher top end cards. It just does. It has more cards over $100, more cards over $50 than White Flare. But White Flare value is spread across a lot more. So it's boosted the overall value of the setup. So that's why White Flare has got that higher overall value between the two. But both of them have got a lot of value. Like 3K is no joke.
I mean, that's crazy money.
Yeah. I mean, so looking at others, Destin Rivals is the highest value booster box set by a considerable margin. That's set at 2K, which is, again, very, very high for a booster box set. I think the next one after that is like Surging Spark, and that one is like, what, 1,000? Yeah, 1,100. So it's half the value of Destin Rivals, and that's the second highest. The most valuable is Prismatic. That's currently set at 4.6K, but that's dropped. That used to be nearly 10K.
Oh, it's dropped a lot.
Yeah, so it's dropped.
I was 50%. Looking at the SAR prices of that set. They're so inconsistent the way they're selling on eBay currently. One day a 9 will be worth more than Raw, and then the next day there'll be a 9 sell that's like £50 cheaper than Raw on one of the evolutions. I'm like, what are people thinking? Like, how are people making these decisions to sell their cards? Or is their literal thought plan, I pulled an SIR, I sent it off to get graded, it didn't 10, let me just get rid of it because it's a modern 9. I don't know if that's where people's brains are, and I mean, you could crack it if it was good enough for you to send to get graded to start off with. It's good enough to crack and sell at raw price if it's going to be less. But
yeah,
I don't know, people just want to, I guess, keep on their investment and just get out of the card, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, now Prismatic overall value is now finally less than Evolving Skies. Only just, but it's just now gone under the value of Evolving Skies, which, to be honest, is impressive because Evolving Skies has had several years to mature to this point. Prismatic still is only 6 months old. So, very, very impressive.
But it's also, with it not being a booster box set, it kind of makes it a lot harder to make the distinction between how much it's actually being opened, right?
Yeah, but as a rule, holiday sets tend to get printed more than booster box sets.
Okay.
Typically, but the thing is, like, Prismatic is getting printed, well, especially in the US anyway, insane amounts. And now, like, I keep seeing more and more of these exclusive boxes that's going to these different places, and the amount of packs you get, the price is unreal. And I'm there going, here it's still like £100 ETB. It's still really tough to get hold of Prismatic. It's like insanely difficult.
Well, the stupid thing at the moment is that I'm on Instagram and I see people in America talking about the fact that they just went to Costco and picked up another ETB of 151. I'm sitting there thinking, how are you guys still getting ETBs like drops, whereas we're like struggling to get literally any product in the UK currently? But it seems like America just get like constantly the ETBs. They had Evolving Skies this month as well. There were Evolving Skies blisters on shelves. They obviously lasted not very long, and the price tanked in America for about a few days.
Yeah.
Where people were obviously buying, and they just fire sold it. And we got it in tins, so I guess it's sort of like it's a little bit comparable, but not amazing. I'd rather be able to go to a shop and pick it up. But the fact they're getting all this stuff kind of irks me a little bit. But obviously they're a bigger audience than the UK specifically is.
Yeah.
And then, like you were saying with the prismatic stuff, we've got the prismatic collection box thing that's got the Korean exclusive, well, what I thought was Korean exclusive promos in it.
Oh, the figure collection box, yeah.
The figure collection box. Yeah. And then have you also seen we're getting a Blooming Waters 2.0 for prismatic? I don't know what it's called yet. I
don't know.
But it's that size box. It's blooming. It's the exact same as Blooming Waters, but it's got prismatic packs in it.
Okay. If we get, we get it.
So, that'll be a Costco drop for us next year, maybe in a year and a half. Who knows?
Interesting. But yeah, I mean, I haven't opened up. I haven't had opened up prismatic. I haven't held a prismatic pack in months. It feels like now. I kind of just got put off, and I got put off like stocking it on the store and all that sort of stuff because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. The price was getting ridiculous, and I was just like, I'm just going to wait for more stock to arrive. So we have to wait and see. I think the thing that's booming in Scarlet and Violet right now is Destin Rivals. Destin Rivals is becoming the Evolving Skies of the Scarlet and Violet era. I don't think anybody can dispute that it's not going to be the best booster box set in the Scarlet and Violet era. It's going to surpass all of them, even Paldea Evolved, which obviously time is on Paldea Evolved's side. Paldea Evolved box is like $350-ish. Destin Rivals is basically £300 a box.
I think it was sales at $330 as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? And the set is what, 2 months old? So the set's 2 months old. I know that a lot of people are like, well, it's so new. There's clearly going to be more coming, but it's like, okay, but even let's say they do a sizable reprint specifically of booster boxes, which I don't think they will, but let's say they did. Let's say they do it Q4, right? Going towards in the winter months, and where are the boxes going to be by then? £350, £400 a box, probably at this rate. So they reprint it. You might be able to find some at like a particular store, limited to one per customer for $155 if you're lucky, right? If they do sell it at $155, but the market price is not gonna drop that much, So it's like, at what point, if you are going for like sealed long term, when do you buy in and buy Destin Rivals? And if you do want to open up Destin Rivals, in my opinion, don't buy booster boxes. Just wait for these collection boxes that contain Destin Rivals. Wait for any form of potential a new UPC that comes out towards the end of every year. That will probably contain Destin Rivals as well. So look for different products if you want to crack packs of Destin Rivals. But honestly, if you have booster boxes, I would keep them sealed, and I would, even if you're looking at like holding them for the next 5 to 10 years, if you buy it at £300, you're probably not going to be like screwed over. Do you know what I mean? You're probably going to do pretty well.
I think it's going to be pretty hard to lose on a £300 investment on this set in like the real long term.
Yeah.
But I also think there are definitely going to be better spots to buy than there is currently. We already know there's a reprint there's not I wouldn't call it a reprint. There is a restock coming next week. Yeah. We've already seen certain stores posting on their Instagram that they've got half boxes, booster boxes, cases even. But I think the restocks are all going to the Play stores. I'm not quite sure what they call them in Pokemon.
Right.
But like actual stores where you can go in and play the game.
Okay.
And they're focusing their restocks there rather than smaller locations. I know my local WH Smith some boxes in today as well, but they're limiting to 4 packs per person, which, I mean, it's fine. You've got to get the product to where you want people to get it and everything. But I think trying to find a sealed booster box currently is going to be pretty hard. And like you said, later on this year, you'll probably find a better spot to pick up boxes potentially at retail. It entirely depends how much they want to print of it with the mega sets coming out. And will the Destin Rivals hype stay through the mega sets? That is my main worry. But I think the artwork will carry the set, at least in the long term. It's not going to be too much of an issue holding the set.
I mean, I don't think the kind of like in a way the thought process of like, is the interest going to stay there? Because we have sets in Scarlet Violet era. Let's be honest, like base set, Obsidian Flames, even like people like Stellar Crown, people don't care. Let's be honest, like they're like, who gives a crap about this set? And even they are seeing insane climbs, right? So it's like, I said this before, which I kind of feel like, you can say as a hot take, spicy take. But I think with Scarlet and Violet in the position it is right now, is I think Pokemon don't care about doing reprint and booster boxes of stuff that's out, right? Because they're like, okay, well, we got the mega set coming in September. You got another mega set coming in November. They're both booster box sets. And it's like, okay, are they realistically going to be worried about going back and printing, I don't know, how they evolved, Obsidian Flames, Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, right? Where they could give you the packs for the, for essentially people that want to open it or whatever. They can do that in other forms of products, and we've seen that already. And it seems like they're pushing that with Destin Rivals. They're pushing that with Journey Together. They're like, here you go. Here's these boxes that contain like 4 of each of those 2 sets, or 3 of each of those 2 sets. No variety packs or anything like that. It's just literally Journey Together, Destin Rivals. That's all you're getting. And it's like, maybe booster bundles, but it's like, are we realistically going to see them pump out booster boxes? Sword and Shield days they did, but back in Sword and Shield you didn't have booster bundles and stuff like that. You didn't have like as many of these smaller ancillary products. Whereas I kind of think it seems like they're kind of not moving away, but they're a bit more cautious of just reprinting, not restocking, but actually going out and doing a mass reprint booster boxes. Could be wrong. We could be surprised. Like, I don't know. We go into 2026 and like, by the way, guys, they've gone like Japan style, and they've like, we've reprinted every single Scarlet and Violet era set booster box. Here you go, have fun. I kind of don't.
Nuts.
Yeah, it'd be insane, right? But I kind of don't see that being the case.
No, I don't think it would make any sense for them to do it like that.
No,
but I can also see that if they think they're gonna, obviously, what they don't want to do is they don't want to have products sitting in a warehouse. It's literally the worst thing that can happen for them or for their distributors. So I think until we see a point where the market stops absorbing, they're going to carry on printing. Fine, yeah, it might not be booster boxes. They might do one big extra booster box run every now and then. But I think you're right. It will just be like ancillary and then half boxes that they know they're going to sell to more places. Because realistically, there are a bunch of shops now that have started stocking Pokemon. But I'm wondering if there are a lot of like corner shops around me that stock Pokemon. And I don't know if they would buy boxes, but they'll scoop up any half boxes they can get.
Yeah, it's really convenient.
Because they can have half boxes of 5 different sets. And then you've got someone might walk in and they might just buy one of each. Who knows? I've definitely gone into a shop and bought Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces, even though I don't really want them, because they had them in half boxes.
Yeah.
And I just like grabbed a booster pack. Because sure, why not?
Yeah.
I came for something else, but you've got them there. I'll take like the one Destin Rival pack that's left, and then I want to crack something else. I'll take a Temporal Force or what? Like, yeah. It's just a bit of a strange one, really.
It is an interesting thought. The one thing that you said you mentioned where we want to touch on is I did a video recently talking about it actually, which is the Sword and Shield alt art boom again. I guess it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like we're going in another wave of the big top end alt art cards from the Sword and Shield era. I mean, I think it was about maybe a week ago, maybe even 2 weeks ago now. I did a video where I covered the top 10 most expensive cards from the Sword and Shield era, right? And they were all alt arts, like non-promo cards. They were all alt arts. Obviously, most of them was from Evolving Skies, but it was very, very interesting to see the kind of resurgence of some of these alt arts and to see like new highs for some of them as well. And obviously, you've had firsthand inside of what's going on in the vending world and the market world of some of these big alt arts.
Yeah. You just don't see them anymore. It's kind of crazy. 2 months ago, you would get people bringing the Dragonite V to your table, trying to trade it up for something else, the Lugia V, the Gengar V Max. I've not seen a Gengar at a card show in the past 3 months. For a vendor, person trying to sell it, I've just not seen them. And it's kind of crazy thinking that such a big card, no one's selling it at the moment. Yeah. And if you go onto if you go onto eBay, the cheapest one listed is $821 in an Ace label, and then the cheapest PSA 10 is like 1.3K now.
Wow,
it's wild.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this US prices. It's 1.6 in a 10 for the Gengar Fusion Strike. What did you say? The Dragonite V. That's Evolving Skies, isn't it? Beautiful card though. That card is very expensive. So here, wow, PSA 10 is $730 for the Dragonite. And to put things into perspective, back in June, so mid-June, it was $500. It's gone up $230 in the past month and a half.
Yeah.
So, in fact, in beginning of May, it was $450. It was nearly gained $300 in value in like 3 months. That's insane.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of these cards I've had on my buy list of cards that I was willing to pay close to retail for because I thought it was a good investment. In the current booming market, I think you can almost get away with paying retail for a bunch of cards, which is kind of crazy to say. This week, I've picked up 2 Lugia V Alt Arts, 2 Dragonite Vs, all PSA 10s. I've picked up just like a bunch of other random cards.
Yeah.
Very close to retail, and they're all up. It's as if I bought them at 80% current market price.
Wow.
And it's just kind of crazy to think that that's something that's possible today. And that just tells you that the market is moving on all of these cards. Now I'm sort of looking at Dragonite Vs on eBay. There are 2 listed on eBay in the UK. 2 Ace labels, one at £380 as we're recording this video, and one at £405. The £380 one doesn't have an Ace label, and then the £425 one is the cheapest Ace label.
Interesting.
But a PSA 10, they go for like £700 now.
So what are you buying? Just the Ace 10?
I'm kind of tempted to pick up this Ace 10 at $380, but I already have one. So I'm kind of just I'm in that headspace where I don't really want to pick up too many of them, just in case they're correct on them, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, like prices are falling. Yeah.
Also, it doesn't feel like a terrible pickup. I think maybe if it's still there on Sunday, I might buy it. Okay. But I don't know when you're putting this podcast out, so maybe someone else will buy it.
This will be out. This will be out tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. If someone else listens to this and buys it, I think it's a good buy.
Okay.
The only reason I've not purchased it yet is because I think that I already have too many Dragonite Vs, and I'm a little bit wary of picking up more.
Do you know what you should pick up? You should pick up a PSA 10 Moonbreon.
What? No, I don't think I should.
Yeah.
That sounds like sounds like the worst take in the world.
It's currently $2.8K.
Yikes! I had someone bring one to my table at a card show a few weeks ago, and I think that day there was one sale that was just so under market. I said to them, I mean, I'll buy it,
Yeah.
But I would have to base the price I pay off of. I'm going to have to incorporate that current comp into my pricing on it to pay you out. It wouldn't make any sense for me to pay you out based on the sales from 3 days ago when someone literally bought one for less than what you want me to pay for you on a percentage, which was kind of why I would. So I just said to them, I was like, look, I wouldn't sell it to me.
Yeah.
I would call me crazy. You should just hold the card, hope there's another high sale, and then you'll probably get more money than I'm going to offer you now. But I'll make the offer anyway, just in case you really want to just get rid of it. You don't know what people's headspace are when they bring you cards at card shows. Sometimes they opened it in a booster back in the day. They've gotten it back from grading now, and they're just like, this is literal free money.
Yeah.
But I told him to keep it. I think he kept it in the end. I don't think he sold it to anyone else. Okay, but he was just fielding offers on the card to see roughly where it was at.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, like Bubble Mew as well, doing crazy stuff.
That's now bounced back quite well. Yeah, that has actually bounced back quite nicely. It did dip.
I did a deal with a vendor on Saturday. They had a Bubble Mew and a Slowpoke Psyduck, the regular tag team, in a 10.
Yeah.
And they wanted £600 for the... it's £900 for the pair. And the Slowpoke Psyduck was comping around 380 at the time.
Yeah.
And I think the Bubble Mew was around 650.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, sure. Had a friend's friend wanted to buy a Bubble Mew in an Ace 10. And the Psyduck was a PSA. So I was like, yeah, sure. I can pick up this Bubble Mew for £600. I can still sell it cheaper than the cheapest listed on eBay, which at the time was $660. I was like, I'll just make like 30 quid, whatever. For like my time and effort of buying the card and then reselling it onto this other person. So we messaged them and we're just like, oh, we've got a Bubble Mew. If you're still looking for one, it's $630. Let me know if you want it. And they're like, oh, I'll give it a thought.
Yeah.
And then I look at the market a few days ago. I messaged them. I was like, look, you've had time to buy it from me. You didn't want it. I can't sell it to you for that price anymore. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
With the way the cards moved up in price now, I was like, you can have it, but it'll be significantly more expensive. I'd rather just hold it at that point.
No, that's fair. I saw something the other day. It was quite interesting.
Obviously, if they told me they wanted it, I would have kept it. But
yeah, of course,
I would have kept the price on it. But
I did see a funny video. I mean, it's quite interesting where a guy was like, he was talking about like PSA 9s, right? That's the fact that most PSA 9s are pretty much on certain cards the same as a raw price, right? Very close to.
Yeah.
And he was going out of his way specifically buying. He was like, I don't buy raw cards anymore. He's like, if I want a card, I buy in a PSA 9. Okay. Right? Because his logic was you're less likely to find like errors and imperfections. Like when you're going to pick up a 9 compared to like a raw card, right? So he's like, at least with a graded 9, I know that it's in good, like it's in somewhat good condition for it to be a 9. And this is like blatantly obvious why it got a 9. He's like, I would rather have the chance of resending it back to PSA to try and get a 10 than to just go out and just buy a raw card and hope that it might get a 10, right? And he's like, in actual fact, it's more than likely going to get a 9 or even maybe an 8. But he was like, he felt like the likelihood of it getting a 10 is more likely from sending in a 9 than sending in just a raw card. And I thought it was kind of interesting because obviously nowadays it's kind of weird that 9s are kind of, especially for modern era cards, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Most of the time it's like whatever, right? It's usually like maybe the more raw card plus the cost of grading, and that's basically it. And it's like, oh, okay. Whereas it's like, you know, it's an interesting thought. I thought there was kind of, it might be an experiment that I might try and do for a video. It's like go to a vendor or whatever and buy a bunch of PSA 9s, have a look at them, see whether or not I'll be like, because you know there's some cards you look at 9s and you're like, how did this get a 9? Do you know what I mean? Like you look at them and you're like, the Celerin's pretty good, everything like that, and you're there like, how did this get a 9, right? And you do see, stories of people when they're like, oh, this got a 9. I send it to maybe a different grading company, or I cracked it and resend it back in. And sometimes it does come back a 10. Sometimes it might even come back an 8. But, they try it. And I'm like, that might be an experiment that I might try. Maybe pick up 10 slabs, all in 9s, where I feel like they could have the chance of being a 10. Crack them and then resend them back in would be... That one I thought was interesting.
Yeah, you have the upside of you get to make 2 videos out of that, right? You get to make a video where... you could make 3 videos out of it if you were really wanted to milk it.
You could, yeah.
A video of you going around a card show to buy the cards, and then a video of you cracking the cards, and then checking to see why they are what they are.
Yeah.
And then another one when they eventually come back if you send them to PSA, in 5 months.
Yeah, literally.
And then it's a nice little rounded series.
Yeah.
But the only problem I have with that is that if you're going to send them to somewhere, if you're going to crack them and send them to PSA, you've got the massive wait time.
Yeah.
I have cracked PSA 9s and gotten ace 10s before when I've looked at the card and been like, why did anyone send this to PSA in the first place? It's clearly off center to a margin where PSA is going to give you a 9 for the centering, but ace are a little bit more lenient and they'll give you a 10 for the centering. So as long as there's no other problems with the card, ace will give it a 10. And then I've had others where I've cracked PSA 9 and it's come back an ace 7 or an ace 6. And it was something that PSA obviously missed when they graded it.
Yeah.
And ace didn't miss. So you have a big risk involved with it. But then there are some 9s that are cheaper than raw cards.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. And it's like...
we took in...
Yeah.
We took in a Rayquaza VL Arts at Oxford.
Yeah.
And I think the comps on it in a 9 were £450. But it's a £500 card raw. Where's the logic?
Yeah.
So, but this one was obviously... It was a 9 through and through.
Okay.
Because it has a ding in the top corner. So it's never going to grade anything anywhere else.
Right.
It's always going to be a 9. So we took it in for what it was. I was kind of happy to have a large alt art that's affordable for someone to buy on the table, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone will buy it for, we'll put it out $440. Even if we only get £400 for it, we're still making a little bit of money on the trade because the guy took a poncho off of me, so...
So that was interesting. And there's a second video which I thought was... So these people that come in and they go to card shows and they're like, I'm doing a trade-up challenge. Right, they start with, something small and they try and build a way up to something crazy.
How about you come to my table and do a trade-down challenge? Try to get to 0.
This is exactly what this guy did. So he went to
okay.
He went to a store and he's like, I have a card. This was over in the US, I think. Or no, I think it was in the UK. No, it was UK. He had a £100 card. I can't remember which one, but it was a raw card. It was £100. And he goes, he's like, I'm doing a YouTube video, but he says to the event, I'm doing a YouTube video where I'm doing a trade down challenge. And the guy's like, oh, okay. And he's like, but I want to, kind of a trade up challenge, but I want to do it in really small increments to see how many different trades I can get down to, an energy card. Right? Which I was like, that's quite funny. Right? I was like, that'd be really interesting to see, how many trades he can get down, all the way down from a £100 card, right? The guy's like, oh, okay, no worries. And he's like, yeah, that's interesting. So he's like, he goes, I'm trying to look at it in the range of maybe roughly around, in £5 increments to try and get lots of trades to make the video interesting. And the guy's like, sure. It's a no-brainer, if you're doing that trade down. So the guy's like, cool, I got this £100 card. There's a card there that this guy had that was 95. I think it was I don't know, an SIR from, Skull and Violet set. And the guy's like, okay, cool. And he's like, so would you do it? And the guy's like, yeah, of course, here you go. And he's like no brainer, right? He was like, cool, here you go. I get the £100 card, here you go. And the guy's like, cool, cheers. And then you see the next part of the video. He goes to a different vendor, right? And he goes with a different card, not the card that he just got from the other guy, but another card from his binder, says the same thing, and basically gets roughly between 5 to 7% down for his trade down challenge. And what actually he did was he was going to vendors, instead of trade-in of 80%, he was getting a trade-in of 95% to every single vendor he was going to. And in this video, he did 20 different vendors, 20 different cards, and got 95% trading value to every single one. And I was like,
I would have told him where to stop if he tried to do it to me.
Exactly, but they, and I was like, that is so crafty, but also so clever at the same time. And I was like, fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart idea, but
for a video, I thought it was quite amusing. I thought it was quite amusing, yeah.
From a vendor's point of view, assuming the card you're getting, like if someone says to me, here's £100 card, have you got like a £90 card that you've been trying to move and this will sell better for you? Yeah, I could see myself doing that.
Yeah.
If you're literally going to give me the choice as the vendor to swap one card for another card, and I know that I'm going to be able to sell your card easier than I'm going to sell whatever nonsense I give you, even though the value is there, I would take that trade.
Yeah.
But if they're going to pick a card that I don't have much room on, I'm not going to make any money off of, and then the card they're trying to give me is going to be super hard to sell, then I'm not down for that.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Even if it's a YouTube thing, I'd be like, no, thank you. You can put me on blast if you want on the YouTubes.
You sure you don't want to help me out on a trade down challenge?
Yeah, I'll help you out in a trade down challenge for sure.
Yeah.
Give me.
I just thought it was funny.
Give me one of the birds in a 10, and I'll chuck you 50 quid.
Well, one of my legendary birds. Look, they used to be £50 in a 10.
Yeah.
I was selling them at £50.
I'm doing you a favour.
Yeah, I was selling them at £50.
Exactly. I just want to go back in time, and I want to take that deal.
Okay.
Today.
Right.
And I'll tell you what I can do as a massive favour. I've got a couple of slabs that in maybe 4 or 5 years are going to be worth significantly more. I can do them to you today for that future price as well.
Damn.
Mates rates.
Crystal ball, yeah. You're like, can I do the deal of how much my Moonbryon was when I got it back from PSA? Whereas like when I got it back, it was like 800 quid in a PSA 10. I don't know how much it is now in a PSA 10 UK price, but yeah, it was like £800 back then. But
yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a bit
probably a lot more now.
Yeah, I would expect it.
But saying that,
probably like 2k or more.
A friend, he bought a collection when this was a while ago. I'd like to say maybe 6-7 years ago. He bought a collection of Japanese Versus series from a guy who had taken in the collection at a store, didn't really want to do anything to do with Pokemon, but knew that it was a good buy at the time.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to quick flip it. So my friend bought it all. Everything was near mint.
Wow.
Bunch of Aquapolis in Japanese. There was just an absolute mammoth amount of it, and there was a Crystal Lugia in that. And he sent the Crystal Lugia off, and it got a 9, and he sold it for like 1k. I keep on joking whenever we talk about it, about how much money that card would be worth now. And then it also reminds me that he bought Mario and Luigi ponchos from his friend that was using them as tokens in Magic without sleeves.
One absolute boss.
As well. Yeah, well, they were, what, $20 retail, right? The boxes?
Yeah, but back
when they came out, the Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, back in the day, I remember, and this is going back in time, I remember using a good old £100 Jace the Mind Sculptor as a coaster when he wasn't in a sleeve, because I didn't realise what card it was. It was face down on a table. I just randomly put my drink on it, and then when I lifted my drink up, obviously the card stuck to the bottom of the drink, and I'm like, oh, thinking whatever. And I looked and see what I was like, oh my god, it was my World Awake Jace the Mind Sculptor at the time, and I'm like, maybe I should, But now that card's worth like £10. It doesn't really matter anymore.
I mean, I think that's probably the card that I lost the most money on ever, because I had one of those in a foil.
Oh, that
And then I'm not sure if you remember when the 20th anniversary of Magic came out. They did
Masters 20.
One of those from the vault.
Oh yes,
they did a from the vault box.
Yeah.
So people that don't know Magic, there was a point where they would do these ancillary products called From the Vaults, where they would take cards from the past, they'd reprint them with new artwork, a special foiling process. They would shove them in a box. There'd be 10 cards. They were all promos effectively, and there'd be £50 retail or something. And this one card was worth maybe £800 foil from the set version. It was the only printing of the card, and it was everyone wanted it. £800. The day I went to sell it, I was literally in the middle of talking to someone, They were about to send me £800 on PayPal.
Yeah.
And then they send me a picture of the leaked from the vaults that had that Jace the Mind Sculptor in foil in it. And I was like, so you still want to buy my foil Jace? It was like, I think I'm just going to buy the from the vaults when it comes out for 50 quid. And yeah, that was my biggest L I think I've ever taken, because I paid 600 for it. And I thought I was going to like quick flip it.
Oh, that is...
And I think I ended up selling it for like 200 or something. It was an absolute nightmare.
That is pricey. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. You don't make those mistakes often, though. It just takes one time, and then you work out that if you're going to buy something pricey, you're either going to flip it straight away or know that they're not the artwork.
Yeah. I just randomly looked a mint copy of a foil World Wake Jason Mind Sculpt is 150 nowadays.
Okay, so I got a good deal then. Yeah. If I held it,
it's 150.
I'd have been even more screwed.
It's 150. But so
absolutely wild.
Yeah. So one thing I was going to bring up is Japanese Pokemon cards, right? So
oh yeah.
You get a fair amount of different languages, Chinese, Japanese, and stuff like that. We have the 2 new mega sets that are coming out. I think they're like this week or next week. They're coming out literally like real soon, right? Obviously it's 2 mega sets. They form what would be the English set. You're looking at £80, roughly around £80 pre-order price. I still think is silly expensive for a Japanese box, but anyway.
Yep, it's crazy expensive considering they're like 30 quid in Japan, yeah.
Yeah. The interesting thing I was going to talk about is tariffs. So over in the US, from Japan, I think they've got a 15% tariff on Japanese stuff. So Japanese Pokemon booster boxes are going to become more expensive. I mean, assuming that the store will pass it on to the person buying the box, which is more than likely. And so you're going to start seeing somewhat prices be even more inflated, because obviously at the moment, Japanese Pokemon cards are going through a boom as well, just like in English, where we're seeing new 30-pack boxes that would normally be here £30 or 35 roughly out the gate is now looking at £80 or more, because we have seen previous ones like Gloria Team Rocket be more expensive than that, or Heatwave Arena was more than that.
Yep. Yeah, Heatwave Arena was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, do you think right now we could be seeing less people especially over in the US, I think less people purchasing Japanese, because obviously a lot of people turn to Japanese because English was hard to find and really expensive, right? Their average booster box price in English is over $200 for everything. So it's like, that's silly expensive. Whereas Japanese was like, okay, it's obviously a cheaper alternative, but now you're looking at even more stupid prices for Japanese products, where a booster box could be pushing towards $100 upon release. Are people going to keep going for that? Is it going to boost up the prices and the demand for those Japanese cards, because they now have a 15% premium slapped on them? I mean, we're okay as far as I know regarding us buying from Japan. We don't have anything that bad anyway.
No, we do. We have VAT.
Yeah. But like, our stuff is already...
but that is effectively the same as the tax the Americans are paying now, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same. They're basically putting a VAT on everything. But for them, it's like, it's different depending on what country it is.
Yeah. So the big thing, just generally speaking more broadly about foreign product, the big one that I've seen is Chinese product going into America.
Right.
Because obviously recently we've had the Gem 2 has been like a massive hit for people. So for people that don't know about the Gem 2 set, for our evolutions, there was an Umbreon, a Sylveon, a Leafeon, and an Eevee. Where the chase cards, they were full art, they were exclusive to Chinese. The Chinese sets have recently been coming out with more exclusive cards. They've been doing a 151 set that's got the original 151 Pokemon, and then there's been an exclusive Pikachu in each of the iterations they've done in it. It's been the only card to change in the first few. And then in the newest one, they've added a couple of and then various alt-art Pikachus, which are worth a lot of money. So I was speaking to some American vendors, and they were saying they were struggling to get Chinese product because of the tariffs from China.
Oh.
or the tariffs the US have imposed from Chinese products.
Oh, isn't it like silly, isn't it? Like I'm pretty sure because at one point,
Yeah.
I don't know what they are now, but I mean they were something ridiculous when they were at one point, like well over 100%, like 150, 200%, or something, some crazy number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what sort of impact that's having on the prices we're currently seeing of the Chinese cards specifically, because the Pikachu from the last 151 set,
yeah,
I think they were selling for 1.8k raw, which is just mental.
damn.
But a bunch of those sales were US sales, so I'm not sure if the fact that they're struggling to get in bulk over there is impacting that at all. I managed to pick up 6 boxes on release of the product direct from China, and then I hit the Pikachu in the first box. I'm a massive luck sack.
Absolutely.
What can I say?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the first good thing I've opened in Pokemon, so I'm probably break even if I sell the card tomorrow on what I've opened. Okay. But I'm wondering if that's going to have like an impact on the price that card is currently starting at, because there's not a mass of it being opened. Who knows? When it comes to the Japanese product, I think the fact that you've got a lot of UK sellers that buy direct from Japan. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see a slowdown in the amount that's being sold. Not here, I know with Glory of Team Rocket, there are a lot of like one-off streams and stuff that were left with a bunch of product. Yeah. Because I knew one guy who paid £200 a box. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, he paid £200 a box. This was when just before the set came out. He was at 180, 200 a box. He bought several cases of it, and he was stuck. Ooh. And then now they're like under 100, right? They're like, I don't know. Yeah, I still think 100 is too much for them, right? But yeah, anything. Currently it's on Japan to UK it's £88, right? So say anywhere between £80 to £90 a box. This guy was just cooked. He got absolutely wrecked. Terrestrial Festival, which I like the high class sets. I think they're fantastic. I picked them up. I don't know, £40, £45. I think they were pre-order price. Yeah. And currently they're set at £80. Is it worth? I think that set is more worth it at £80 than Glory Team Rocket. If you're gonna open them up, I would prefer to open up a Terrestrial Festival than I would a Glory Team Rocket box for the same price. I guess you've got the problem with that is the average price of the SARs in Terrestrial Festival is so low now. Yeah. I don't know if you've looked at the price of the Evolution, but even in 10s, they're like £50, £60. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've sold a few. I've sold you might actually be better off opening maybe Glory of Team Rocket at that point, because I think the prices are there in the Glory of Team Rocket. Yeah, you've got to hit big. But I think that's the problem. As a set to hold, I would rather have a case of Terrestrial Festival sitting in a box, than a case of Glory of Team Rocket. Yeah, because there will be a point where that high class set won't be available at retail, and it will just start creeping up. Yeah, and it's not like you can go and have a box of the English version because it's prismatic. You've got booster bundles, sticker collection. You've got all of the horrible little. Oh, I can't just have 36 of them sitting there. And then you've also got the guaranteed hit rates in the Japanese as well. Yep. Which is apparently being upped for the mega sets. Oh, okay. There's going to be 2 guaranteed hits per box. So I'm very interested to see how the price of the hits from those sets will balance out. Because if you're getting 2 hits from every box, I'm kind of tempted to open a bunch of boxes. As in, what are they called? Mega Symphonia. Mega Symphonia, and interesting. I was contemplating getting hold of some of these because I've got a Japan guy that I've got product way long time ago from. I haven't ordered from him in a while. Last time I bought from him was before this boom happened. So I might see how much he's selling stuff these days. The price will be way different than they were last time.
back then, this was like probably around November, December last year, I could have got 151 Japanese booster boxes after shipping and import fees for about 75 a box.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Which would have been incredible, but
yeah, because what are they saying out loud? Like 130 or something, 125.
More than that. Well, on Japan to UK, they're sold out at 160.
Oh yeah, sure. But I think on eBay they're cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of these other like high class sets of where they are now. They've been doing really well. Even like Shiny Treasure, which got reprinted to the absolute oblivion, that went down to £25 a box. That's like £60 a box now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I cracked my box because I got bored of just holding it.
Oh yeah, they were like 20. I was buying them every day for like £20-25. They were dirt cheap.
Yeah, I was into it super cheap as well. I got off of a one-off stream, and I don't think anyone knew what it was. So I think I probably paid like £15 for it or something.
Yeah, I love the high class sets. I started doing them when
I think they're good holds.
Shiny Star V came out was the first one I did. I mean the tag team All Stars would have been incredible. That's very expensive. That is ridiculously expensive. I think I remember
opening that now.
Yeah, I think it was Dream League. It was a Sun and Moon set. Let me have a look. That's Sword and Shield. I think it was Dream League. Yeah, Dream League. Has a lot of big old art, a lot of tag teams. So a booster box is $550, right? $21 a booster pack. There was a guy when the set came out. He was streaming on Twitch. He was doing breaks, and they were £1.50 a pack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he had literally like these huge, great big like moving boxes, and he just literally opened up booster boxes and just tipped all of these booster boxes, and it was just filled to the brim. And he was just sat there, he was doing flash sales. He was like, guys, I would literally sell you 3 packs for £4.50. Just literally, like, he couldn't shift them quick enough. He just had so many, and nobody, like, some people bought them now and again, and you're sitting there now going, God, could you imagine if he, like, hadn't have done that and just kept that sealed? Because it was incredible. I remember him I think he had like 300-400 boxes of Dream League that he cracked open and just tipped into a giant box. And you're sitting there now going, oh, he would have been sat on a nice pretty penny. But yeah, that is an interesting one. But a lot of Japanese sets don't actually climb though. That, like, especially
because they get printed so much, right?
Yeah, they get printed so heavily in Japan now. Which
what I do like about Japanese stuff though is Japanese promos. I don't know if you've seen Detective Pikachu promos recently.
No, I don't really know.
Without looking, how much do you think a Detective Pikachu promo is?
Detective Pikachu promo. I don't even think I know what card that even is.
Oh, it's the one with Growlithe and then Pikachu sitting on top of the Growlithe.
Oh.
Yeah, raw. Yeah, or graded. Your choice, Dylan's choice.
I'm going to say raw 150.
You overshot it a little bit. I think they're like around 120 at the moment.
Oh, wow.
But raw, it was a £40 card for the longest time. And I thought it was massively undervalued. So I just kept buying them.
This is like, I don't collect Japanese cards personally, but I must admit.
Why? But Altar, if it's not available in English, I'm super up for picking up that sort of stuff.
Same with Chinese stuff. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I always had that when I went back in the day when we used to do Magic. Like, I would only go for English only cards. I never went for the Japanese alternatives or anything like that. So for me, it's like, I like going for English cards, but I can't deny that the quality of the Japanese cards is just
so much better.
So good. Like the detail of some of the, like, especially with the foiling, the type of foiling, the detail of the cards just look so much better than in English.
Yeah.
So a part of me is like, if I want stuff for a collection purpose, I'm kind of leaning to some degree towards sometimes maybe looking at a Japanese card for certain artworks that I might want, where like the English variant is just ridiculously expensive and hard to get now. It's something that I'm kind of slowly but surely leaning towards, and I kind of think I did that with the Terrestrial Festival EVs, because I'm like, there's no way I'm getting them in prismatic, right? I was like, there's just no way that's happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, but with Terrestrial Festival, as we were saying, they're a lot cheaper. Even graded, they're a lot cheaper. So it's quite nice if you like the artwork, and that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. It's definitely It's interesting. Now you said that about the new Japanese set, I might be tempted to jump in and actually pick up some, but not 80.
I think it's definitely twisting my arm like a little bit, knowing that the hit rates are going to be significantly better on
it. I mean,
especially if there are some really sick mega artworks that I just want to PC or put in to put in my binders or whatever.
Yeah, I
have no real interest in selling them.
Then the other day that were showing the secret rares from those two sets. The Gardevoir is the one I would like. I think that would look incredible. I don't know why I think that would look incredible in Japanese, just because of the foiling, which would be cool. And I saw the gold. Have you seen the gold cards? I thought they were fake.
Yeah, I've kind of been staying away from the spoilers from the set a little bit because I wasn't sure if I wanted to crack any booster boxes of it in Japanese or not yet.
Well, when you see them,
if I can avoid as many of the spoilers as possible,
yeah, they look like you. They look like you.
When I open the pack, I get that whole I get the full experience. Because you just don't get that for the English set because the Japanese set's been out for so long.
True.
You never get the whole
I must admit,
factor of a new set.
Yeah, I kind of have not seen the whole... I still haven't seen the whole set Black Belt White Flare. I've only seen like the top maybe 10 cards of each set. But like some of the illustration rares I've opened already in the small amount of packs I've had, I'm like, whoa, look at that. I haven't seen this card before. This artwork looks cool just because there's so many illustration rares. But obviously, they're more the lower value ones, but who cares, right? They look cool. So I was like, that's kind of cool. And it's
I think I opened an Oshawott and I was like, wow, that is like the cutest AR I've ever seen.
I don't think I've seen it. I obviously know it's in the set, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's like just like sleeping.
I've seen the Samurai.
It's super cool.
The Samurai looks really nice.
Okay, yeah.
But, I haven't seen the Oshawott, so that's a tempting one. But interesting. Well, we'll leave it there for today. I think we covered some really good stuff. Trying to keep these episodes not like 2 hours long because that's just ridiculously long.
A little bit too long.
Yeah, exactly. But interesting stuff. So basically, takeaways for today: Sword and Shield, alt arts. You think now's a good time to pick them up?
I think on some of them we might miss them out a little bit, but I think I still think there are some bargains to be had if you can. If you're a PokeJace, I would definitely look at vendor tables, see what they've got, and then if they've got any of the Sword and Shield alt arts, maybe they haven't recomped them in a week. Who knows? A lot of them have moved up. So if you're a weekend, definitely worth a look. I found some steals a couple of weeks ago from another vendor, and I picked up like 7 cards off his table because they were all underpriced significantly.
Yeah.
So there is always room. If you look at your price, if you know your price as well, there's money to be made at PokeJace still. Don't worry, not every vendor scalps. Some of them just don't reprice their cards.
There you go. Absolutely. And I would say Black Belt White Flare is a fun set to open. The value is there in the set. But right now, it seems to be a decent amount of product from what I can see. I think it's not necessarily because they printed more. I think it's because it's not as got the interest as the other, like Destin Rivals, for example. It feels like the interest is not there. That's why there seems to be feel of more product around, even though there's not. I don't think they've magically printed more than other sets because there's 2 sets rather than 1. But
I think they've definitely printed more. But then you're also right. The hype for it isn't there at the point. But if you want to just open some packs of Black Belt and White Flare, I would suggest buying the Victini EX boxes. They're insane value. The promo's worth like half the price of the box. So it's just free value.
Good box. Nice promo.
Buy it, sell me the promo. Everyone's a winner. I get the promo cards. You get the booster packs.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, there we go. We'll leave it there for today. What we'll do for the next episode is we'll try and do a live stream. I want us to get on and do a live so you guys can join us and we can answer some questions as well whilst we're live, which will be good fun. And yeah, guess I've reached out to a few people already. Hopefully they'll get back to me. A couple of people have already got back to me with their interest, but they can let me know on like dates and times, and they're all like UK people and stuff. But I've got a list, the UK list of a few other people as well. I can try and contact and see if we can get them on. But yeah, that'll be quite fun. I think depending on the timings for them and us, it might be just a pre-recorded video. It might be a live stream. All depends. I think if it's like in the middle of a weekday, it's probably not worth doing a live stream because people could be working or whatever. But like if it's in the evening or on a weekend maybe or something like that, then we could potentially look at doing a live stream. But we'll see how things go. But yeah, cool. We'll leave it there. Any final words that we want to leave with today?
No, not really.
No.
Buy responsibly.
Buy responsibly.
That's literally that's the biggest rule in Pokemon.
Don't buy the The Seismitoad.
Oh yeah. Don't. Drowsy 2.0 incoming. I'm telling you now.
Right here, folks. Don't buy the.
Not worth it.
Don't buy the Seismitoad. I used to call it Crazy Frog every time.
Unless it goes up in price, then you should have bought it. But yeah. I don't think it will.
We think it's hype. Too much hype.
Yep.
There we go. That's our spicy take for today's video. All right, guys, that is it from me. That is it from Mike. Join us next week. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more episodes each and every week. We're going to be back next week, I promise, with another episode. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yep. See you later.